Hello guys and welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to show you how you can truly customize your metahumans, how you can bake your customizations and how you can make sure your animations work well with your customization. So for this video we have a metahuman and we've created the morph target for this metahuman. Let me show you. And the morph target is beast. It's called beast. And we have the same beast morph target for the body as well, right? So let me open it and see it. It looks good. And if we enable the morph target in our blueprints here, we can see that everything works well, right? It looks good, but our problem comes when we enable animations with morph targets, right? So if I open the face and let me select an animation. Okay, without the morph target, everything works fine, right? But if I enable the morph target, we will see that we have a lot of problems, right? It doesn't work as intended. So let me open the body. And for the body as well, if we select an animation, let's check run. With the morph target disabled, we have everything okay. And if we enable it, we start to see a lot of problems, right? So we need to fix this. How we can fix this? We need to bake this deformation, this morph target to our skeletal mesh. So we have to make sure that these changes are written to the skeletal mesh data and the skeleton asset, right? So we have to modify the skeleton as well. Okay, let me close this. So to get started, well, we will start with the face, right? And to get started, before getting started, let me show you, we've reached this point. From this point, this is a wrapping created by Style Marshall. He provided me this to play with the metahuman, and obviously in his wrapping software, everything works differently. And on import, this is how it looks, right? Eyes are far behind because he didn't wrap with the eyes. So teeth are also problematic if you take a look at it. So uh, we reached this point here by using the tools in Mesh Morpher. So we restored the eyes, areas around the eyes. We restored the teeth, right? We had to restore also the teeth because this is how it looks in our final morph target, and this is how it looks in what we got right from the external software. So this is how I wanted to show you that you can easily fix issues within Mesh Morpher to make sure everything is in place, right? We chose to restore the eyes just to get rid of a big problem. Eyes are always problematic, and we restored them, right? And we want to bake this, right? So let me disable the pose asset. So to start baking everything into the skeletal mesh, we want to go to create from pose, right? So I'm going down in this list and select beast and click on to bone snapshot. And I'm gonna right here face skeleton beast. I'm trying to keep track of the naming so I can easily backtrack if something bad happens, right? So I know this is the skeleton modified to match the morph target, right? So I'm gonna save this. Let me copy this. I'm gonna save this bone snapshot, and I'm gonna load it right now, right? And after I load the, it's gonna take a little bit. So after I load the bone snapshot, uh, the bones will try to match as much as possible the morph target, right? So it will try to match our morph target shape. As you can see, everything is pulled to try to match it as much as possible, right? So I'm gonna create a morph target from this one. I'm gonna name it face skeleton beast, and I'm gonna create this morph target, right? I want this morph target because we're going to use it to import the changes backend, the deltas between this and the final result we need. So let me uh, export this. So this morph target, we want to export it. We want to export it to obj5, right? We need this. So we will export morph target as obj, and we will name it face skeleton beast, right? So I'm gonna save this. Let me also export this beast. I want to make sure I always have the same vertex count and order. So I'm gonna write it face beast, right? Just to have it there in case something goes bad, right? And now I can go ahead. Let me close the body. I'm going back to the poser. I want to bake this bone snapshot to the skeletons. So our skeleton will have the shape of what we want to achieve as our final result, right? So I'm gonna bake this. It's gonna take a little bit, so be patient. And we do this for all LODs, so it's gonna take a while. The baking is finishing, and we can soon go ahead with our process, right? So give it a little bit. You have to be patient. Everything is we update the skeleton and the mesh data as well. So now you can see our skeletal mesh looks pretty odd. It doesn't look like what we intended, right? So we need to go to create from mesh files, right? And select what we just exported. So face skeleton beast is what we created and exported from poser. As you can see, it matches our current state, and we want to select the face beast, our final state that we want to achieve. So the morph target will be a delta between this and this, right? So we're gonna overwrite the beast morph target. Don't forget to always set smooth iterations to 0 when we do this, because we don't want to smooth on the edges right here, right? We don't want to do that. And click OK, right? So let's go ahead. We want to overwrite this beast morph target because we don't need it anymore. Our skeletal mesh has changed. We need to create this new morph target. Press OK. And now you can bake the morph target we just created, right? So our beast morph target, as you can see, it changes. And now the morph target just holds the deltas between our final result and our current state, right? So we're gonna bake this. This is also gonna take a little bit, so be patient. We have to do a lot of back and forth stuff, so have some patience. Okay, we baked the morph target, and now this is what we have. Let's test it. We need to test it. Always save. Don't forget to always save the files you create, because you don't want to start from scratch, right? So let me get back here. And now let's test it. Let's select the archit animation. This is the best way to test if our morph target was baked and we did a good job, right? And as you can see, we don't have all those problems. The face is currently fixed, right? Now we have to do the same for the body. So let me open a new Mesh Morpher window, and we will go to the body. We will select the body. We want to do absolutely the same thing for the body. We will go to create from pose. We will select our beast morph target. We press on to bone snapshot, and we have body skeleton beast. We know this is the state of the skeleton, right? This is how it looks, and we want to also save this to a morph target, right? So we are gonna write here body skeleton beast, and we want to first create a morph target the same as for the face, right? And now that we created the morph target, we will export it to obj, and we will name it body skeleton beast, right? And we will also export the beast morph target, because we want to make sure we have everything in order. The vertex count and the order is the same, right? Body beast, we will call it. Right. So now we can go ahead and bake this bone snapshot to the skeleton. The same is going to take a little bit. We are doing the same for all LODs, but the body has only 4 LODs. Okay, and we go to create from mesh files. We will select the files we just exported. Face skeleton beast is our, oh no, not face skeleton, body skeleton beast is our base file, and the morphed file is our final result we want to achieve, right? So this is the body, the morphed body file. We will call it beast. We want to override it. Okay, and press on create. It's gonna take a little bit. Okay, and now we can go ahead and bake this morph target as well, right? Just bake it. That we baked, well, we can save everything so we don't lose any work, any progress. Okay, and we can disable these morph targets because we don't need them, and we can check it out. As you can see, we have a big problem because face inherits from the body. This doesn't look like what we intended to look like. You see, if we go to tools and select the reference as body, let me select the body. Okay, let me put this little bit out here. If we check it out, if the body doesn't inherit, if the face doesn't inherit from the body, everything works fine. But if we set the master pose type to reference, then we have this problem, right? So we can solve this. It's a little bit counterintuitive, but we can solve it. We will go to create from pose, and we want to save the current bone snapshot, right? And we will name it to body because we want to apply some of the bones here to the body, and we're gonna save. Now we have to go to bone snapshots or wherever you save this bone snapshot, and open the body bone snapshot and delete root, pelvis, spine 01, spine 02, and spine 03, and spine 04. We will only keep from spine 05 up, right? Okay, now I saved this bone snapshot. And now I need to apply those bones to our body. So we're gonna create from pose, select show all bone snapshot, bone snapshots, and select our two body bone snapshot we just edited, right? So as you can see, it looks a little bit odd, but we have the solution for this as well, obviously. Otherwise, this wouldn't be a video, right? So what we want to do, we want to create a morph target from this current state to body, right? And we want to create first a morph target. We want to export this. So we're going to our body, and we will export this newly created morph target to body, save. Okay, now that we exported the morph target, we want to go back here and let me check 1 second. I want to make sure we have everything in place. I think it's best just for the sake of it, just create a new morph target, empty, just call it empty, and export it, just to make sure we preserved uh, our vertex order, right? So we're gonna overwrite the body beast. This is our target, final target, right? This is our final target. So we want to bake this to body bone snapshot, and we will bake it. Okay, now that we baked that final bone snapshot, you can see we need to do something with the body because it doesn't look like what we need, right? So we go to create from mesh, and we select the two body obj file we just exported, and we will select the body base. This is how it's gonna look. This is our final result, right? And we will overwrite this. As you can see, it's a little bit messy, but we will make it happen, right? Okay, now that we created the morph target, we need to bake it again. As you can see from this, it transforms back to what we need. Bake it. Always make sure you uh, have the weight one when you want to bake, because you don't want any gaps between body and face, right? Body and head meshes. Okay, and now we have the body. Let's save everything. Just make sure you don't lose any progress. You don't want to start from scratch, right? Okay, and let's check the current state. As you can see, it's much better, but we still have a little bit of problem here, right? So how we can sort that out? It's kind of easy. Now that we have the body, we need to do another thing, and we are gonna go back. Let me close a little bit all these windows. It's starting to confuse me. Okay, let me close this as well. We don't need it right now. Okay, and now that we have our body in its final state, we go to create from pose, and we want to save this to a bone snapshot as well. So we're gonna write here to head, right? This is a solution I found. I'm not sure if this is the best solution, but this is what works for me. So if you find any other solution, just tell me. We're gonna delete the root. We're gonna delete the pelvis. We're gonna delete spine 01, spine 02, and spine 03, but we will keep in this case spine 04, right? So we're gonna go to create from pose, and we will enable show all bone snapshots, and we will select to head. This is what we want to bake, but first we will create it as a morph target because we want to export this. Create morph target. As you can see, it's a little bit of back and forth. It's not very intuitive, but I hope this video will help you out. So now that we have to head the morph target, we will export it to head. Okay. And I'm also going to create an empty morph target, right? Empty, because I want to make sure after all this, our order is preserved, right? And I'm going to export this as OPJ. And we will overwrite the face piece, our final result, right? Okay. Now that we exported, we can go back to the poser for our, let me close this, for our head. This is it. And we want to bake this, right? Let's bake it. Okay, now that we baked it, we also need to uh, create the morph target for this change. We will select to head, and we will also select our face beast. This is the final result, right? And we will overwrite the beast morph target, set to 0, override it, of course. Okay, and now we want to bake this. We want to bake the beast morph target, right? Okay. Okay, and now we have all bones for head and body aligned properly, right? As you can see, everything is aligned properly. And if we run an animation, let's see it. If we run this run animation, everything will be properly fine, right? It will be properly aligned, no gaps, no nothing. We can get rid of this normal sim just by going to recompute normals, add two meshes here, select Sicario, and select the body, right? Press OK. Just wait a little bit. Both meshes are recomputed. And as you can see, we don't have any normal sim anymore, right? So if we go back here, everything is properly aligned, working as expected. You will see this wrist deformation, but this is due to the post-process animation blueprint for the body. So if you change the body drastically, you want to also go into the post-process blueprint animation and post-process animation blueprint and do the changes there, so it will match whatever you baked on the skeleton, right? So for this example here, I'm going to just disable the post-process animation blueprint, and we will check it out here, and you will see that everything works as intended, right? Let's check also the face. We want to make sure our face rig is working properly. So we're gonna select use specific animation. We want to make sure everything is in place, right? So everything works as expected here. And I think this is it for this video. I know it's a little bit counterintuitive. It's a little bit of back and forth between exporting and importing and exporting again and importing again. But the problem comes from the fact that these two skeletal meshes, the head and the body, also have separate skeletons. So this is something that it's problematic, right? But now that we have a solution to cover this aspect, I hope you can create whatever you wish to create for metahumans, and I hope I can see whatever you created. Don't forget to share with me all your projects, all your results. Don't forget to brag with them. Don't hesitate to brag with your projects. I love to see them. I want to see them. If you have suggestions, don't forget to get in touch with me. If you have issues, bugs, or any other question, don't forget to also get in touch with me. Don't forget to hit the like button to this video. Don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, see you around, guys. Bye.